A very good morning to you all, and I hope that you've enjoyed the first full week back and online learning. Inevitably, it will have taken some adjustment for both you and your teachers. And just at the start of any term, there's always going to be an element of transitioning from holidays back into work mode. Hopefully by now, though, you should have established your routines, created an effective working space, and be engaging fully with the lessons. If you have found anything difficult, please do ensure that you're communicating with your tutors and housemasters or housemistresses to ensure that you're getting the support that you need. It has been lovely this week to see the way in which many of you have been engaging with the school, and I've very much enjoyed seeing various posts on social media, whether it has been family ensembles, cooking pizza, some amazing hockey skills, or the vibrancy of some artwork. It's also been very encouraging to see that we now have over 250 pupils, parents, and staff who have joined the Strava Fitness Challenge. At times like this, it's really important to remain physically active, to give your brain a break, and to ensure that you're looking after your mental health. And so I hope that even more of you will join this challenge. Being active and to connect are actually two of the New Economics Foundation's 5 ways to well-being. And these two are clearly in evidence here. Connection is also why we are maintaining registration periods, tutor groups, chapels and assemblies. In our family, we've also been connecting over Zoom with a family quiz each week, and I know that some of you are doing something similar. In a funny way, it's actually improving the connection between me and my siblings who are based in Australia and bringing us closer together. And I hope that the events that you're doing are proving similar. Taking notice is another way to well-being. It's quite easy for us to let the days just blend into one when we're always at home. But stop and notice what's around you, what's happening in the garden, or how your working space is affecting your productivity. It's also linked to mindfulness activities, such as colouring or meditation. I have a watch that's constantly telling me to breathe, and I tend to ignore it. But the times I do obey and breathe quietly for 1 minute, it certainly brings a greater sense of calm and relaxation to me. I think that we're probably all ticking the keep learning box, but there are always opportunities for more. We purposely have not been setting prep so that you have more time away from the screen. So use that opportunity. Learn how to cook, practice your musical instrument or start one, get into crosswords or Sudoku, become a Monopoly master, or learn a new French verb every day. The final way to well-being is to give. Many of you have already donated money to the NHS, but giving doesn't have to be financial. Give thought to our care workers every Thursday evening and make as much noise as you can for them. Give time to your siblings and help them to achieve something. Give help to your parents around the house. Give a smile to someone by sending them a letter or a postcard. Or give your prayers and your wishes to those in need. At this point, I'd like to say particular thanks to Mrs. Parker and everyone involved in making face visors to give to the East Kent Hospitals Trust. It's an excellent example of giving back to our community. One of the things that I'm sure a number of you do to improve your well-being is to listen to music. And it was this day in 1878 that Thomas Edison unveiled his phonograph to the public for the first time. The phonograph was the first machine to record sound, and it did so on small tinfoil cylinders. Edison is arguably the greatest inventor to have come from the United States, having gone on to develop the movie camera and a light bulb that was efficient and available for mass production. However, one of the main things that I admire about Edison was his tenacity. Topically for now, he was homeschooled, but he was also deaf from an early age. These setbacks seem to instill a greater desire to succeed in him. And once he had an idea in his head, he persevered until he achieved it. He is famously credited with saying, "I have not failed 700 times. I have not failed once. I have succeeded in proving that those 700 ways will not work. When I have eliminated the ways that will not work, I will find the way that will work." I think that this resilient approach is one that we should all be aspiring to. Things will be difficult at times. You may not always achieve what you want, or you may fall short of your expectations. If that does happen, there are two things that you can do. We can either retreat back into our shell, accept defeat, lose confidence and think that we just can't do it. Or we can try again. We can learn from our mistakes and try to look at problems in a different way. Working at home will require a greater level of independence, and it will be challenging at times. When it is, try to remember that example of Edison. Try to keep going. Don't give up, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. I hope that you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing even more of those achievements and successes being shared throughout our community.